Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Tara. And so sorry about the delay. I actually had a few work calls and meetings and got a bit delayed. But as always, here I am, Yoga with Tara. It's supposed to be between 10 and 11, and I'm really sorry. This is the tail end, it's 11. So, again, it's going to be a shortish class. But as you know, all our full classes are on the Tara Sharma Show YouTube channel. So, do check them out. I thought today let's talk a little bit about parenting, which is how the show, the Tara Sharma Show, originated as my diary as a new mom. And for those of you who are free to have a little chat, because I know it's the middle of the day, many of you will be at work and not able to talk about all this, so we can do this on Saturday No Live with Tara. But last Saturday, I briefly touched upon a topic that got me a lot of messages, and that was a topic about when our kids now are teens and tweens, and it's a whole new ball game. When and I know every phase of parenting is so incredible in its own way and has its amazing parts and maybe difficult parts and fabulous parts, and but the fact is that this teenage year thing is really it's a puzzle. And I've been reading up a lot, and I think one of the reasons I haven't got back to the Tara Sharma Show season 6 is because I really don't know where to begin. Because when they were babies and toddlers, the topics were pretty generic. Feeding a baby, changing diapers, traveling with babies and kids. They were pretty generic topics. But now, like, how does one deal with eye rolling and tantrums and moods, and how whether you as parents should be encouraging your kids to be all rounders or should they be focusing on one thing? I mean, these are things that I even question about ourselves. We grew up in a time when there was a lot of emphasis and try and do a little bit of everything, be an all-rounder. And I know me personally, I was quite a academic achiever, and I also enjoyed sport, and I would do a little bit of everything. But in some ways, I don't know if it's better to be like a jack of all trades, or is it better to be a master of one, focus on something. And I realized all through the Tara Sharma Show, by having these chats with people as accomplished as a Virat and a Bumrah and a Rohit Sharma, and I mention sports people because I feel like with sports, the mindset of hard work and what it leads to is a very clear path, Sunil Chetri. But with a lot of other industries, it's not even a linear thing, right? Like in the entertainment space, you can work really hard, and that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to go from here to here. You know what I mean? Maybe eventually, yes, but you're taught as kids that work hard, it will lead to you doing better and better. But that's sometimes more in a linear job, like in a corporate space or something. um, uh, देव सीएस says दो चांटे लगाओ तभी बच्चे मानते हैं. So I have to admit, while of course I would never ever advocate physical violence or um, slapping, I have to say I'm also not somebody who believes that you can say, oh my God, never touch your kid, never give them a slap, never shout at them, because I don't know if it's physically possible not to. I'm being very honest. As long as the kids know how much you adore them and that whatever you're doing is to hopefully make them better people, as long as, of course, you don't cross the line, I think we shouldn't judge parents because everyone's situation and circumstance is so different. And there have been times that I have totally lost my temper with our kids. And yes, I will admit that there are times when I've screamed and shouted way more than I would have ever thought as a parent I would. I mean, when they were little babies, I could have given you all the wisdom. And sometimes I look back at the Tara Sharma Show in the first few seasons, like, I would be saying, like, try and talk to them calmly and they'll respond well. And all that. Little did I know that in the teenage years, you know, it feels like that's another world. So I just feel like you can't judge. And I'm not saying go and slap them. No, I'm just saying that do what works for you and your situation. Obviously, always reassuring your kids of how much you love them. So even sometimes when I have like a gigantic screaming fight at them and screaming or whatever, most often very soon after or even during it, I will go on about how I love you so much. I love you more than anything, you guys, but I'm doing this for your own betterment. I'm telling you this because I love you so much, but yeah, it's a whole new age, and you can read about it. And I follow now like various Insta accounts like Parenting of Bigs and Mom of Bigs and stuff like that, and it's like it is pretty textbook, like you need to reassure them all the time that they're loved. You just have to be there for them, even if they're telling you they hate you, and it does happen. And if it doesn't happen to you guys, congrats, you must be doing something right. Send me the tips, because I know our kids adore us, just like obviously we adore them. But I also know there are moments when they probably totally hate us. And I guess, and the funny thing is, you can say, oh, think back to your childhood. You also did this. Honestly, I don't remember doing it. I think I was a very nerdy, goody goody little girl. I don't remember screaming and shouting at my parents the way we have it with our kids. So either we've kind of become more friends to our kids. I'm super close to my parents, but I still don't remember this. So I think sometimes it's us also, right? We don't know how to be parents. We are all learning. I feel sometimes I act more like a sister to them. Like I literally fight with them sometimes, like I'm one of them, one of the kids. And Rupal sometimes has to like intervene and say, "You are not a kid." So anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just bringing all this out because there are two topics that I really want to cover when we next meet on Saturday Noon Live with Tara. And when we finally get to the Tara Sharma show, I would like to get some real experts and people who've been able to deal with this and unearth the mystery. One is on parenting teens and tweens and what we can what we should be doing. Sometimes I just literally, when I'm in the moment of really screaming, I just like go into my room and get back to my yoga. I do yoga with Tara. I do all these things and I go and run and I just like calm myself down. Um, and of course, I never let anyone go to bed without making up. So I'm one of those people, which probably annoys everyone a lot as well, because Rupak says sometimes we have to give people space and time to. So anyway, so one is generally parenting teens and tweens, which we must talk about because we are most of us here. I think while there are still, of course, lots of parents of very new babies, I think a lot of the people who've been following my show, the Tara Sharma Show, which started 12 years ago, probably also have kids in the same age group that our kids are. So it's a natural progression to move ahead. And in fact, when I first started the show, my initial sponsors, Fisher Price, they were like, should we just call the show Diaries of a New Mom? And I said, no, I just wanted to be the Tara Sharma Show because one day I might be doing it as a grandmom, and sure enough, that's the path the show is moving, in real time. So these are things I want to discuss. I also want to discuss something that is really on my mind about whether it's better to encourage multi skills and holistic um, all rounders as kids, or whether it's better to focus on something and be a master of one. And as I said, I've spoken to top sports people who say that like with sport, usually if you're a sporty kid, you're usually good at most sports. So if you're a kid who can excel at one, you most often could excel at all. But then there comes a point where you kind of have to choose. So when is that point? These are things that I'd love to talk about. Hi Suresh. Hi everyone on Insta. We are live on Insta, on YouTube, and on Facebook. Thanks for sharing your experiences. Gym professional Vasi says, thank you. Happy Onam, ma'am. I am Afreen. Lamia, thank you. Same to you. Mehul says, hi, Tara. And lots of really lovely comments here. I'm trying to scroll up because sometimes I miss things. Just trying to get to all the comments so I've not missed anything. And if I have, please write again because I think they scroll up so quickly that I don't always get a chance to read everything. Suman, hi. Exactly. Communication is important. We get angry and kids and have to face our wrath, but we need to be communicative, explain, and connect. Absolutely. We need to explain and connect. Now, I think you told me your kids are 10 and 9 months, right? So I don't mean to sound like one of those aunties who's like, beta, wait and watch. I don't want to sound like that because I know. But I'm just telling you, there's a big difference when the 13 age comes. There's something about teenagers that's different. That as much as you communicate, it's not always as clear cut And it's a bizarre thing. It happens. It's related to puberty, adolescence. Something happens. Their bodies change. They're growing up. Like for us, Zen is now like a head taller than me. He's a little man, and as much as yes, we can communicate and talk and all, it most often has to come from him. Like if I say, let's have a chat, tell me what you did in school today, how was the day, very often I'll just get, yeah, whatever, fine, whatever, okay, bye. But if he comes and he starts sharing, that's when the real communication happens. But you always have to be there. So as a mom, obviously if you're working and all, not, I don't mean physically, but emotionally and in every way. So yes, communication is key, absolutely. But sometimes it's not as both sides as you would like it to be. But again, if you crack the code, please let me know. Also, every child is different. And um, Vijayat says video is lagging. Hey, sorry about that. Spacebar says, hey there, Tara, watching you after a long time. Good to have you here. Ma'am, आपने वापस हेयर कट कराया है क्या? नहीं, वापस से हेयर कट नहीं कराया. बट ये मैं पिक्चर कर रही हूँ ना, तो जब भी मैं शूट पे जाती हूँ, वो लोग वापस इसी लेंथ पे लेके आते हैं. Happy Onam to you too. Sarithambika, thank you for joining. All of you, we're live on Facebook, we're live on Insta, and we're live. Mehul, hi Mehul Patni, lovely to have you here too on Facebook. So we are live on all our platforms. We're going to do a very short yoga class because this became more of a discussion on teens and tweens and help. And yeah, I think when I really think about it, part of why I didn't get back to the season, the Tara Sharma Show, I just cannot speak with authority about this age. I am learning every step. And while I couldn't even speak with authority in the toddler and baby age, as I said, there were certain things that were generic, right? Like how do you change a diaper? How do you give a bath? Change a diaper, give a bath, speak, communicate with your babies. But with this teen and tween age, it's literally like being in an amusement park where you don't know what ride you're going on, and you still have to just hang on, obviously, and love every moment. But I have been reduced to tears many a time, and they're still very young. So I keep wondering as they get older into the teens. But everyone says then, it's kind of like this is their, obviously for them also, they're going through so many changes, body wise, adolescence, puberty. It's something so different and so new. And also, I'm one of two sisters, and I have two boys. So even understanding that it is different. I'm not to be sexist in any way, but boys and girls, I do think respond differently to these teenage years. And while in many ways, yes, they say boys are very less complicated in terms of maybe their issues are not as the same as girls when it comes to, like, I don't really find them ever getting into like quarrels or anything like that in the same way, at least not that I know of. But there are other things. So Acha, Tia needs to go down, so this has to be really brief because she's come to call me for that. Oops, Tia, no, I'll take you down in a sec. Okay, so let's just do a little bit of mom and daughter says reply. Hi. Sorry, I can't see your question. You look very skinny and amazing. Oh, thank you. Slimy, you wrote by mistake. No, skinny because you know what? I'm not so skinny. Frankly, I'm pretty tough. But I will say another thing that at one point I'd like to discuss is this. You see, people think when you're slim that, oh my God, why are you so slim and not? But everybody's body is different. I've been saying this for a long time. I eat really well and I exercise a little bit every day. So for me, it's always been about consistency over quantity. I don't starve myself. I'm not one of those people who's on any diet. I eat, in fact, really well, but I've been exercising consistently since I was a kid. So that, now talking back to consistency and does it pay? I think for me that has worked. But again, everyone's different. Everyone's body type is different. And again, like, not your comment, thank you, mom and daughter, was a sweet comment and a complimentary one. But sometimes, you can have body shaming the other way. "Arey, itna patla, kya hua?" It's as bad as saying to someone they're fat. Please understand. If you're a slim person, trust me, getting a comment like, oh my God, you're so slim, is as bad as telling somebody, oh my God, you're so fat. And there have been times when I've come this close to saying it. If someone said, "Oh my God, you've become so slim," and I really felt like saying back to them, "Oh my God, you've become so fat." Somehow that could be considered an insult, but this way it wouldn't. So these are all interesting things to just notice. Nihar Stones, hi Shivani. Shivani has sent me the most beautiful pearls, which I'm going to share a little video on in a bit. And thank you, Shivani. Thank you, Nihar Stones, for those pearls. I love pearls, and I'd love to share those with you too very soon. I was actually going to bring them here and show you, but then in a yoga class, that would be a bit weird. Okay, guys, so let's do a little bit of stretching, and just going to drink some water. Please do so too. We're talking about a lot of things today. We're talking about bringing up teens and tweens, about all the roller coasters that are involved in that, coming up with topics for season 6 of the Tara Sharma Show, potential guests that you'd like to see on it, if I can get the sponsors and the platforms. But if I don't, this is where we do our show. This is where we talk, interact, crack the code to parenting, if there is one, or at least help each other through this journey. And we also talked about whether we should be encouraging our kids to be all-rounders or they should be focused on something, because personally I feel like sometimes I don't know which way to go even at this age. After so many years of trying to do hard work, I still often feel I'm at the beginning, so. And I've always been a bit of an all-rounder, to be honest. I don't mean to be self-praising, but I did get a scholarship at a young age and all, which was based on being a bit of an all-rounder. So I don't often know if that was the best thing or not. Being slim means to remain away from many healthy issues. Dhone Kiran. Okay, that's nice to know. Thank you. But again, each to their own. Everyone's body type is different. Some people are fat not because of not exercising. They may have a reason, which is different. So I just feel like we just all need to be we just need to be sensitive to physical appearance. I feel like it's something that I'm very, you know, um, very careful not to comment on appearance, except if I'm saying you're looking nice. Like I would never say to someone you're looking tired or you're looking fat or you're looking thin. I just feel like those are very personal things. You have no idea what someone's going through or why they may be the way they are. Your mom and daughter, that's so kind of you. I know I said you are saying it in a complimentary way, for which I'm very, very grateful. Mom and daughter, I'm so grateful to your kind words that you're saying your weight looks perfect. I'm so grateful for you to say that, because I'm just saying that there are times when I get other people saying things like, "Oh my God, you're so slim," and in those contexts, when it's not said in a nice way, I always, feel like turning back and saying, guys, more than anything, it's about being healthy, right? All of us being healthy forever, touchwood, is the most important thing. And I was just mentioning how some people can go on about weight in a way where it becomes body shaming the other way. What you said is lovely, and thank you for it. I'm very grateful. And okay, guys, so let's get back. Thank you for your heart. Yes. Okay, so let's get back. I'm just going to do a little bit of stretching. Yes, by the way, thank you. My neck crick has gone. It was literally a case of just resting, although I'm not good at resting. So again, if you can give me tips on that, that would be good too. I'm just not good at resting. I can tell my kids till I'm blue in the face, you guys need to rest. See, this is another thing. People say practice what you preach, right? And like, how do you get your kids to read more? I just saw a meme picture of a mother asking that while she's on her phone. And that's the reality, right? I'm not a very good reader, although I come from a family of books. My dad was an author, my grandfather was a literary agent and a publisher, my mother writes, my husband reads a lot, my sister reads a lot, yet I don't read very much. I pretend that I do. People seem to think I must be quite literary, but I don't read much. So they don't see me reading much. So consequently, I think they don't read much. I'm not saying you as a parent blame yourself for all your kids' behavior, no. But yeah, I think these are little things like I need to read more. Maybe if they see me doing that, they might little things like that. But then I don't even claim to be perfect. So it's a huge responsibility when you're bringing up kids. Like, do you always have to be this role model? And I know there are so many people who are so calm in their parenting and they manage so well. So sometimes I feel like shit, am I like here I am with this show and all that, but actually I can be like a monster when I'm parenting. I can scream and shout like a mad person. But at the same time I also know most of us go through moments like that. And it's okay. I guess I'm just trying to say don't stress if you are one of those people who has temper scream outs, especially if you've got teenage kids, because it is a whole new ballgame. I don't remember shouting and screaming like this when our kids were toddlers. I really don't. And frankly, when they were really tiny babies, while people would say you're unslept and all that, I found those things I could deal with. So again, each to their own. I never really struggled with the sleep stuff or the feeding, but some people do. So each to their own. But this phase I find is the most challenging, not for any reason except we're all figuring it out. It's also extremely exciting. It's an amazing feeling. Like yesterday, I was with the kids at a swim class, and then we went to have a snack and we chatted. And I felt like I was chatting to my best friends. You know, they've grown up. They can give me advice on things, and the other way around. So obviously, there are amazing things, and all of us staying healthy forever. Touch wood is the most important. But there is no doubt this is also an age where sometimes I don't know if I'm coming or going, doing the right thing or not. And also, I don't know how much I know because sometimes they keep you in the dark, you know, especially maybe everyone's different, but boys I feel don't talk as much. Maybe some do, but I often know nothing about what's going on in school, and sometimes it's friends and their kids who told their parents who tell me things. So it's a new experience. So that's why the Tara Sharma show has also not yet come back because unless I just do it like this, honestly, and say that I don't have a clue. Trying my best as we all are. Okay, guys, so we're going to do 7 stretches. Just clasp your hands behind your back. And thank you, all of you, for listening to all my nonsense and interacting and engaging. I feel so grateful for, even though the show is not on in its real original sense, this is constant. We've never stopped. In fact, we've been having, I think, 3 lives a week, which is huge. But I still don't know why Instagram doesn't support lives as much. Everything is about reels. I don't want to just make those reels that, you know, I know get trending and get more likes and views. I can't just keep doing that. So, guys, please, Instagram, go back to supporting lives and other things as well, not just reels. Stretch. Hold your toes, head between your legs, palm between your legs. As much of a split as possible. Excellent. Turn on your right. Hanumanasana 1. And turn on your left. Hanuman Asana 2. And why did I start yoga with Tara when I'm doing a parenting show? I'll tell you why. Because my show began as my diary, and some form of exercise every day is really important to me. And I feel like it'll help and could help all of you. So that's where it started. And chatting while we do it. It's a good way to chat while doing something productive. That was how these Yoga with Tara sessions happen. So they're kind of like the Tara Sharma show on a yoga mat. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll invite my guests to do yoga and chat with us. Up and release. Super. Okay, everyone, take a sip of water. Today we're just going to do 3 normal Surya Namaskars. I'm not going to keep you longer. I've been chatting away too much already. So it's literally just going to be 3 Surya Namaskars and then I'll let you go. Let's get going. Yoga at noon, Riaz says, I know, I'm so sorry. It shouldn't be so late, right? Who does yoga at noon? But then, you know, again, there's no method to the madness. It should be early in the morning or in the evening after work and all. But this seems to happen. It becomes like a yoga with Tara noon chit chat session. Sometimes, sorry. It's me, Shadab. Hi, Anjal. Okay, guys, let's get to just 3 normal Surya Namaskars. Then I'll let you get on with your day. And don't forget to send me the tips on parenting teens. Namaste Mudra 1, back, 2, forward. Sorry, Tia, I'm taking you. Tia needs to go down, so I have to rush. Sorry. Hold your breath. Up, down. Tia, I will take you. She really needs to go, guys. Sorry. That's why I'm being a bit rushed today. I'm sorry. See, she's standing all over me. Yes, Tia, I'm taking you. Okay. Okay, baby. I'll take you. So I'm doing this a bit fast today because of Tia needing to go. But I promise I'll do a proper session next week. And all our lives, as you know, are on the Tara Sharma Show YouTube channel. So you can check them all out. This is like suddenly become like a super fast session, which it shouldn't be. Because yoga, you should be holding all your asanas for longer. But as I said, I have to take Tia. Heels on the ground, feel the stretch in your calves. Hold your breath, thumbs up, chin and chest on the floor. Stretch, up, left leg, front. Excellent, guys. Super. I'm so sorry. Sorry about this. Sorry. Okay. So that was just 3 normal Surya Namaskars. And now we're just going to do a little breathing. It's not a full session today because I got too busy chatting. Sip of water. Just 30 Kapal Bhati, where you breathe out forcefully through your nostrils. Sit in any comfortable position. Take a deep breath in, and when we exhale, we're just going to say an ah sound. So deep breath in, just an ah. Now we're going to take a deep breath in, and when we exhale, we're just going to say an O. So just a gentle O sound. Breathe in. Excellent. Now we're going to take a deep breath in, and when we exhale, we're just going to keep our lips together and do a humming, just a sound. So breathe in. Excellent. Rub your palms together. Place your warm palms on your eyelids. Gently bend. Open your eyes behind your palms. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining Yoga with Tara. It was so lovely. I really enjoyed our chat as always. I hope you did too. Have a fabulous day. Ta-ra, ta-ra, ta-ra.